Poland is one of the most surprising countries in Europe. It's the size of Germany, with a Baltic coastline in the north, the Tatra Mountains in the south, primeval forest in the east, and historic cities across the middle, each with its own character. Welcome to Optimized Travel Destinations. My name is Laura, and I am part of the Optimized Travel team. We help travelers plan amazing trips through our concierge service, and our team has worked together to list the absolute best places Poland has to offer. These are the 10 best places to visit in Poland. Let's get started. Number 10, Toruń. Toruń sits on the Vistula in north-central Poland, about 2 hours northwest of Warsaw and under 2 hours from Gdańsk. Toruń is a medieval city that doesn't receive a large amount of tourists. The old town came through both world wars almost untouched, so the Gothic town hall and the lanes around it are in pristine condition. It's also the birthplace of Copernicus and Poland's gingerbread capital, which is a completely different thing from anything else in Europe. My favorite thing is to walk along the old town wall above the Vistula at dusk. The river wide, the light gone warm, the whole medieval skyline to yourself. The fast train from Warsaw gets you here in about 2 hours, and I'd allow a full day, pairing it with Gdańsk on a northern loop. Number 9, Białowieża Forest. Białowieża Forest straddles the border between eastern Poland and Belarus, about an hour south of Białystok. The Polish side is a UNESCO site and the last place on the continent where wild European bison still roam free. Seeing one, which weighs close to a ton, is one of the most jaw-dropping wildlife encounters in Europe. The core of the forest can only be entered with a guide, and I think it's the best nature experience in Poland. You come expecting a national park and find something far older, barely changed since people first walked through. The bus from Białystok takes about an hour, and you'll want to book the reserved tours in advance, ideally for late winter or early spring, when bison tracks cross the snow, though honestly, any season is remarkable. Number 8, Wrocław. Wrocław sits on the Oder in the southwestern region of Silesia, close to both the Czech and German borders. Its market square is one of the largest in Europe, ringed by colorful facades rebuilt so well after the war you'd never guess. It's also famous for its little bronze gnomes, which began as a quiet protest under communism and now number in the hundreds, tucked into corners all over town. I actually think Cathedral Island is the real highlight. More than the square. Cross the bridge at dusk and you'll likely have it to yourself. The fast train from Warsaw or Kraków takes about 2.5 hours, and I'd give it 2 nights, since the city keeps opening up the further you wander. Number 7, Zakopane. Zakopane sits on the Podhala region of southern Poland, about 2 hours south of Kraków, at the foot of the Tatra Mountains. This is where the country ends in a wall of granite, the highest peak in the Carpathians. Zakopane has been a mountain retreat for generations, with its own folk style of carved wooden houses on the main street. The classic outing is the walk up to the glacial lake of Morskie Oko, the most popular trail in the country, and a cable car lifts you to a ridge looking straight into Slovakia. The local Podhale culture, the music, and the smoked sheep's cheese make it feel like it's its own little world. The bus from Kraków takes about 2 hours, and summer is best for hiking, so start early then. Come in winter, and it's Poland's main ski town, with one of the best Christmas atmospheres around. Number 6, Wieliczka Salt Mine. The Wieliczka Salt Mine lies just southeast of Kraków, about 20 minutes from the city. More than 100 meters down, miners spent centuries carving an entire cathedral out of salt. The chandeliers are salt crystals, the floor is salt, and every wall carving is salt. The route winds down to a vast underground chapel where the altar, the carvings, and even a portrait of the Pope are all cut from salt. When the lights drop, the crystals catch what glow remains, and the whole room glitters. If I had to pick one thing to do near Krakow beyond the city itself, it's this. Nothing else in the region comes close to what the miners built underground. The bus from Krakow takes about 20 minutes, and tours fill up fast in summer, so book ahead and give it at least 3 hours. It's a proper underground journey, not a quick look. Number 5. Gdańsk. Gdańsk sits on Poland's Baltic coast, where the Vistula and Motława rivers meet the sea. This is where the Second World War began and where the Cold War started to end, and that weight, plus a rebuilt old town right on the water, makes it one of the most irresistible cities in Poland. The Long Market at its heart is one of the most coherent historic streetscapes in Poland. It's also the birthplace of Solidarity, and the shipyard where it began is now a powerful museum about the fall of communism. My favorite thing, though, is the amber jewelry that is famous in this city. The Baltic produces most of the world's amber, and the Gdańsk is the best place anywhere to buy it, raw, cut, or with insects still trapped inside. The train from Warsaw takes under 3 hours, and it's worth pairing with the seaside resort of Sopot, just 15 minutes away by local rail. Number 4. Masuria. Masuria spreads across northeastern Poland, roughly centered on the town of Mikołajki, a few hours northeast of Warsaw. Here, the landscape flattens into something almost Scandinavian, 2,000 lakes laced together by rivers and canals, the largest lake district in the country. The connected waterways let you sail or kayak for days without crossing the same water twice. Elk and eagles can be regularly seen in the forests here when exploring. It's also where Hitler's wolf's lair was hidden, now in ruins in the woods. I think Masuria is the most underrated destination in Poland for foreign travelers. Poles know it well, but it barely shows up abroad. In a week, sailing the lakes is one of the finest things you can do here. June through September is the window, and I take the train from Warsaw to Olsztyn, or Elk, then hire a boat or a kayak in Mikołajki or Żywiecko. Number 3. Warsaw. Warsaw is the capital on the Vistula in the east-central part of the country, roughly halfway between the German and Belarusian borders. Warsaw has the most remarkable origin story of any European capital, and you really need to know it before you go, because it changes how you see everything. The old town was rebuilt from scratch, street by street and facade by facade, from old paintings and photographs, so convincingly that it sits on the UNESCO list precisely as a feat of near-total rebuilding. The Warsaw Rising Museum tells the story of the 63-day uprising with exceptional care and takes at least half a day to properly move through. But the city is far more than its reconstruction. It's also one of the most energetic capitals in Europe, with a food and nightlife scene many other cities would envy. If I had to pick one thing, it's spending an afternoon in the Rising Museum and then walking through the rebuilt old town in the evening. The gap between what that space looked like in 1945 and what it looks like now is the whole story of Poland in miniature. Warsaw works year-round, though spring and autumn are loveliest for walking the rebuilt streets. And the Christmas market in the Old Town Square is genuinely good. I'd allow at least 3 full days, since the Rising Museum alone takes half a day, and there is much more to take in here. Number 2. Auschwitz-Birkenau. The Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial and Museum sits beside the town of Auschwitz in southern Poland, about an hour west of Krakow. There are places on any list that are not there to be enjoyed, and that ask something different of you. This is one of them. It preserves the sites of 2 camps where more than 1 million people were murdered. Auschwitz I holds the surviving barracks and the infamous gate. Auschwitz II-Birkenau, a couple of kilometers away, was the extermination camp, the long railway line running straight into it. What stays with you are the belongings taken from people upon arrival, tens of thousands of shoes, suitcases still bearing their owners' names. Seeing these things is different from reading about them, and that difference is the whole reason to come. I think visiting is one of the most important things you can do in Europe. It isn't comfortable, and it isn't meant to be. Book a guided tour in advance, because the context a guide gives is essential. Buses from Krakow run daily, and the full visit takes 4 to 5 hours. It isn't recommended for children under 14. In summer, especially, book months ahead, since entry is by timed slot and the main sessions fill early. Before I reveal number 1, the place our whole team agreed belongs at the top of this list, I want to take a moment to explain why I made this video in the first place. Planning a Polish itinerary is more complex than it looks. The country is larger than most people realize, and the best places are spread widely between the Baltic coast, the eastern lakes, the Tatra Mountains, and the historic cities in between. Getting the geography right and knowing how long each place actually deserves makes the difference between a great trip and a rushed one. That's exactly what Optimized Travel was built for. Our concierge team builds bespoke Polish itineraries for travelers who want to experience the country properly, not just its most famous address. Head to optimizedtravel.com or click the link in the description. And now, number 1. Number 1, Krakow. Krakow is the old royal capital in the Lesser Poland region in the south, about 300 kilometers south of Warsaw on the Vistula. Its main market square is the largest medieval square in Europe, with the long cloth hall down the middle, craft stalls below, and a gallery above. In one corner stands St. Mary's Basilica, home to one of the great late Gothic altarpieces in Europe. Every hour, a trumpeter plays a broken little melody from the tower, cut off mid-phrase in memory of a watchman who once sounded the alarm. Above the old town, Wawel Hill carries the royal castle and the cathedral where Polish kings were crowned and buried. Below it, the old Jewish quarter of Kazimierz was the heart of the Krakow's Jewish life for 5 centuries before the Holocaust. And today it's the city's most atmospheric quarter after dark, full of synagogues, courtyards, and bars. My favorite thing is walking from the main square through Kazimierz to the Schindler Factory Museum in a single afternoon. The 3 of them together tell the whole story of this city across 8 centuries. Krakow is wonderful year-round, with Christmas in the square, festivals through summer, and perfect walking weather in autumn, and you'll probably need 4 or 5 days to take it all in. Those are the 10 best places to visit in Poland, from the ancient Białowieża Forest and the Masuria lakes all the way to the royal streets of Krakow. Poland almost always delivers more than people expect. If you're ready to plan your trip, head to optimizedtravel.com. Our team is ready to help you build the perfect Polish itinerary. And let me know in the comments, would you head for the mountains in the south, the lakes in the north, or straight to Krakow? Drop it below. We read every single one. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe. We cover the world's best destinations every week, and we'd love to have you along for the ride.